Hello Gun Nation, Big Johnson coming at you. Alright, as everyone knows, I have the POF Rogue 12.5 308 new pistol. And enjoying shooting and everything, and I had a failure on it. I had added some aftermarket parts, a trigger, a 45-degree safety, and the cherry bomb muzzle brake, and it just stopped functioning. It really stopped functioning before, the only thing I'd added was the cherry bomb, and then I'd put the trigger on and the 45-degree safety that morning at the gun. I didn't put it on, the gunsmith put it on at the range, and I went straight from there in to shoot it. And then it went into single mode where I could fire it, rack it, fire it, rack it. You can watch the detailed video. The 20-minute video is the step by step by step by step process. I had people watch that for 2 minutes. They watched it for 2 minutes and left a comment, "Oh, it's due to the aftermarket accessories." They didn't even watch the video and we're already making comments. And I was like, watch the video. Watch the video. The failure is in the video. So everyone was blaming it on me. However, per POF, you can use an AR-15 drop-in trigger cartridge on their Rogues. It's not a problem. Also a 45-degree AR-15 aftermarket safety, you can use it, and a muzzle device shouldn't matter either way. So per them, you can use those in this pistol. I kind of knew that already. That's why I was thinking this can't be the failure. However, step by step in the video, you'll see the process and you'll also see the failure. So to make a long story short, this video is about how was POF's customer service? Because in the video, the 20-minute video that I did, and y'all all know I don't do 20-minute videos. I was doing it to show how to troubleshoot something in case someone has a problem, even with another rifle. This is a great troubleshooting thing you could try to find out what the problem was. And we did find the problem. So anyway, what the problem was is basically we got it all the way down to this. We had checked everything, removed parts, put factory stuff back on. I would go right in there and shoot it. I would come back. The gunsmith would take something off, put the factory part back on it, or remove something. I would go right back in and shoot it. This was all done at Texas Gun Experience. And if you need any gunsmiths, they have awesome gunsmiths there. But anyway, what it came down to, the very last thing, and we had pulled the bolt carrier group out before just to check I had to make sure that it was oiled and stuff, and there was still oil on it. I thought, man, that thing can't already be dry. So I pulled it out, there's still oil on it and everything, so I popped it back in there. I didn't wiggle a bunch of stuff, I didn't do any of that. At the end of it, we pulled the bolt carrier group out again, and you know how you pull this, if you watch the little roller, let me flip it around. If you watch the little roller, I'll try to get you a good picture. Let's see here if I can do it this way. There's your roller. Okay, if you'll notice, this should be up, and this is setting right on the roller. So when this was like this, see how it's tilted and setting on the roller, which it shouldn't be? It was sitting on the roller, so when he pushed this in, he noticed that this wiggled. Or no, I'm sorry, he pulled it out to load it. Pulled it out like that, and see how it flops up? And I heard it click, a big weird click, and he was like, that's weird. And then we started doing this. So there was your issue. This is still staked, if you can see it very well. Still staked, but all the gas, see all the gas around it? It was just blowing gas out of it. So that's why I was having to shoot it one time, rack it, shoot it one time, rack it. All the gas was blowing by. So it was just lifting up and doing that. I've had a couple of questions also. Why does it have one bolt hole? I even had that when I put some pictures out on Instagram. It has the one hole, and then it has a dovetail right back here. See where it's dovetailed so it won't slide back? And it never completely left out, but if you put a Torx on here or an Allen and try to screw it, it'll just spin. So the thread is apparently let loose, and it's not holding, but that's the issue. So customer service, how did they handle it? Well, after I left there that day, I had put a call in to the technical support, didn't receive a call back. Not a big deal, it was a little later in the day. The next morning, I just called early and got a hold of Zach in technical support. Talked to Zach, super nice guy, told him what the problem was. He said, well, can we see it? I said, I've got a video up on YouTube. He pulled it up, he was watching it while I was on the phone with him, kind of watching through it. And then I showed him the end failure at the end. He said, we're going to get you taken care of. Don't worry about that. Our customer service is top notch. I said, I assumed it would be. And there we go. So he said, I will call you later on in the day and before I leave, and I will let you know what we're going to do. I'd requested a full bulk carrier group just so everything in it's new again, just to omit any other kind of problem. And not that there would be, but just to make sure. And he was going to check to make sure they have one and call me back and let me know. So the day went on, didn't hear from him until the very end of the day. He called me on his personal cell phone and said, I've got it wrapped up. Here's your tracking. I'll be emailing your tracking number to you, and I am personally driving it to the FedEx store. And I was like, wow, that's awesome. So he's driving it in his own personal car to the FedEx store to get it out to me that day. So they did have one in stock. Anyway, he gave me emailed me the tracking number and everything. Well, I was tracking it, Saturday went by and I was like, label created, that's weird. Never saw that it went anywhere or that. He called me Monday morning and said, I had not mailed it out because I received a call from the owner. So the owner had called Zach and said, hey, bring that package back. I want to call and talk to the customer. So Monday morning he called me and told me that, said, Frank said bring it back because he wants to personally talk to you. Will that be okay? I said, yes, sure. So he gave my cell phone number to Frank. Frank called me right after. We talked for about 45 minutes, and Frank told me right off the bat, I appreciate your video. I appreciate you doing that. He didn't. I didn't beat anybody up, but he said I appreciate that. We take the knocks with the good stuff, and we want to make it right. And so he was happy with the video. Not that it would have mattered either way, because it's my point of view. And this is a sample of one. They haven't had any failures. I asked them straight up. They haven't had any failures. And things can happen. This could have just been drilled improperly from the machine. It could have a bad thread on the screw. I mean, there's anything that could happen. So he just assured me that this is not a common problem. Also, on every part that they do, every POF part, they actually have a date code. On every part that they do, there's a stamped date code that shows them when it was made, who made it, all that good stuff. And so they can track it. So I'm going to be sending the old bulk carrier group back when I get mine. Make a long story short, Frank said he wanted to put something else in the package. I don't know what all that's going to be or what it's going to be. And just wanted to make sure that I was taken care of, and he wanted to talk to me personally and let people know that they don't sit up. He doesn't sit up in an ivory tower. He deals with his customers direct, and of course his employees, and he wanted to make it right. So I thought that was awesome to take that kind of time to reach out to me or want to speak with me about an issue that I had, a sample of one, and how they were going to take care of it. So far, their customer service is spot on. I have no negative things to say. They have been all over this from the second it happened. So that's awesome. I should be receiving the package tomorrow, and the reason I wanted to do a video where I had the new one and the old one and I could show it. However, I had so many questions like, what are they doing? What are they doing? How are they handling it? I thought I would get this out just to let everybody know that it's being taken care of. But I should have the part tomorrow, FedEx to me. I have to sign for it. And, I'll put some pictures up and stuff like that on Instagram. And I'll do a follow-up video to let y'all know. And, of course, I'm going to do more shooting on it, testing on it. This is why we test. So just want to let y'all know, if you have any more questions or comments, please leave them below. But I do have to say, they did go above and beyond. I mean, they're getting me handled. There's 2 and 3 people all over this issue. So far, awesome. I just wanted to get this out there, let y'all know how it was being handled. And I appreciate y'all so much for watching. Remember, an unarmed nation is a very weak nation, so we all got to carry on.